Hey friends, I am back and I'm going to be doing this look with you guys. In a few seconds, will be without any makeup and it's going to be horrifying. And you're going to be like, oh, your face, it's horrifying. It's so scary. But I am 37 years old. I don't have any fillers. I don't get any work done. And I am not well a lot of the time. You can probably tell when I don't have any makeup on that I am chronically ill. And my face definitely shows that, I sense. But I hope that this will be at all interesting with you guys. I want to share with you what's been going on in my life. I would love to do this maybe in a live format in the future because I want to see how everybody else is doing and see what's going on in your guys' lives. But with that being said, if you are all interested in hanging out with me and seeing what I put on my face, keep watching. Alright, so I don't really know what I want to start with. I have not done a get ready with me probably ever maybe on my channel. And I am not wearing any makeup, anything. I mean, it's just raw. This is my 37-year-old face. I have no fillers. I have nothing like that going on. I will probably be using two brushes that are new to me, and I, since purchasing them, have really liked them. They're probably the only thing almost that I've purchased the whole year. I kind of was always like, oh, I'm not going to buy any of this because I normally do not like synthetic brushes at all. These are both from BK Beauty, and I will eat my words. I have eaten them. I am humble about it. I don't even care. This one right here is the 101. And this one is the A506, so they're the exact same shape, but one is a lot smaller than the other. So I'm going to be using this for my foundation, and as for my foundation, I'm going to be pulling out something probably kind of old to everybody, but you know, that's alright. Sometimes we have different likes, and this is one of mine. I've got the Good Apple foundation, and I've got both shade Light 004 and Light 12. I feel like they're both a little too fair for me right now, but I'm also very red, so it does make it a little difficult. I haven't been doing a lot of skincare recently, but I probably should. So I'm just going to dap on into this, and I'm going to do my best. I normally, like I said, never ever apply anything on camera. I'm not great at applying makeup, and I'm fairly broken out. I have been having skin challenges for a long time now, and I feel like because of my stress and my chronic illnesses, I break out pretty bad, but they've been like above average bad recently. So I'm just kind of, I'm weird. I know a lot of people do like a sweeping motion kind of like this, and I think that's okay for like an initial coverage, which I didn't even do. I really wish I had put down some kind of base on my face, but I did not. And so I'll have to depend on Fix Plus to save me in the after effects here. So I'm just kind of patting this in all over. And it is gradually looking better. It does look fairly fair for me, but that's okay. We can do things to make it look less fair. I do have a foundation I like, but it's pretty deep. And I definitely got the wrong color, but occasionally I'll like mix it with something else I have. So now I'll try the sweeping and then the pouting. I look ridiculous switching it off and on, but my hands have been having a really hard time. I have a lot of dexterity issues with my chronic illnesses, and one of my chronic illnesses is called mixed connective tissue disease, which means I have like issues in multiple areas, which is funny because I also have like 4 other chronic illnesses as well. So you figure, does that mean I have more like 8? Or in any case, one of them is the rheumatoid arthritis and the other is in lupus. And so I find that I have a lot of trouble with my hands and my fingers and my feet and just kind of getting very stiff and sore. So I know I may look ridiculous kind of putting stuff on, but that is kind of why. And you know what, I do whatever feels the best for me at that moment because it's all about comfort these days. And let's see here. I mean, it is fairly light for me, but that's okay. I'm actually kind of excited to get through these. I have a few other foundations that I would like to try, but I have so many open that I don't want to open another until I finish something. And I feel the same way about mascara at this point. Like, there are so many mascaras I want to try and that I have already purchased before because I've been pretty much on a no-buy for a while now. But until it is time to switch it out, I don't want to open another. Okay, so that's alright. It's not perfect. I think that this foundation is a little... I think that if I put down like a base of sorts or even like a lotion or something beforehand, it probably would be a little less like dry. And then I've got some pretty bad breakout areas. So I think what I'm going to do is use the smaller brush to go in and detail work the areas that I am going, oh my gosh, about. But I do love the way that this brush feels and the way that it works. I think it is even better with like a liquid foundation. It feels like I've got a hair on my face, but it could also be I've got nerve issues. So sometimes it'll feel like parts of my face or body are tingling and it's not, which is a good time. Like, it's not that there's actually something on my skin, but it feels like there is. Okay. So, you know what? Maybe I'll take that a little further down my neck because you're here, I'm here. Why not? Okay. Don't judge me. I'm being so lazy about this. I really am. but that's okay. Sometimes we just have to do what feels right. Like my under chin, you can't see it that well in this, thank God, is real broken out and looks pretty rough. Okay. There's all of this. So in my background, you guys may notice that things have changed quite a bit, and in fact, my desk area has changed quite a bit as well, because I have finally changed over the makeup room to a more like reading and writing area. It is my goal to start writing again, because I used to write pretty frequently when I was younger. Not that I am a great writer by any stretch of the imagination, it's just something I enjoy doing, and maybe it will never go anywhere, but you know, I would at least like to get back to it a little bit. But I was feeling so overwhelmed with my room the way it was because of all of like the makeup that I could never possibly use, especially with as little as I feel well enough to do it anymore. Oh, the mail's going by, but there's nothing there for me but bills. And so it was just becoming very deflating every time I'd come in this room, and it was seriously hoarder-like. Like, if I can, I'll include a picture so you guys can see it, but it's truly embarrassing. But I just get to a point where sometimes, not sometimes, a lot of the time, I just do not feel well enough to get anything done. So I was really proud of myself for working whenever I could to get this whole room cleared out so I could finally switch it over. I don't know if anybody else ever feels that way, where they just don't feel well enough to do as much as everybody else, and they kind of get down on themselves. You shouldn't. Do what you can when you can. That's all you can do. And that's pretty much it. Okay, so I think I'm done with this for now. Now I'm going to go into the smaller areas that are like, why? With this little guy right here. Now, I would probably go in my under eye area, but I feel like when I cake things up, not when I cake, but when I add too much product, it really looks very cakey. That's just me. It almost doesn't matter what I use. It just always kind of looks like that. So just going to gently get in there and try and build up. Now, I think I've taken too much, but I do have another brush, and I can't find it, that I like. It's actually it's an eyeshadow brush, and I use it for covering up acne and stuff like that. And I don't care. I'll multi-purpose stuff that's for your eye area, other areas. Just because it says it's for eyes doesn't mean you have to use it for that. So there is all of that. And the under is still kind of broken out. Excuse me making a weird face to get up under there. But it helps. I feel like I look like Popeye. Popeye! So, in case anybody is curious, my grandpa was sick at the beginning of the year, if you guys remember that, if you follow my channel or my Instagram at all, and we were not sure if he was going to make it, which thankfully he has. He is still having a very hard time. He is 90, so some of that is age, but he has been seeing a wound specialist. Thankfully, his one blood clot has gotten better. The sepsis is gone. The C. diff is gone. He had a lot going on. It was very scary. It was an awful few months because we also had lost my husband's brother and one of his cousins and a friend of mine, which you guys have heard me talk about on my channel before. So it was a really, really rough start to 2024. I've heard a lot of people say that 2024 has been hard for them. I really hope this is not the case for anybody that's watching this. I don't wish bad on anybody. I wish that things were good for everybody. And loss is just like, and then my aunt, she wasn't doing very good. She was in the hospital, which now she's doing better. So I'm hoping that people will just continue to get better and better, although, you know, my grandpa's 90, my grandparents are older, and I hate it. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but it's just like every day that I get to spend with them is a good one. And it's already difficult because, you know, my grandfather doesn't feel good a lot of the time, and I don't feel good a lot of the time, so it's like trying to balance out when everyone is well enough to see each other. But recently, I was able to have one really good day that was exciting. My oldest son graduated from high school this year, and so I was really, really nervous because I was doing so poorly around that time that I would not be able to make it through the graduation party, and I wasn't sure who all would come and that it would be a good turnout because we live a fair distance away from like where he actually goes to school because he lives with his biological mother as well. And actually it was a great turnout. There was a ton of people, and I was able to make it through the whole thing, which was just like the biggest blessing. I did not think that was going to happen, and I was extremely excited about it. And I'm just super proud of him for working as hard as he did. And he's one of my 2 special needs boys. I have 3 boys that are all my step boys, and I'm so proud of him. So that was exciting. That was a positive thing this year. I'm trying to think of good things that have happened this year. Of course, I'm still, you know, married to my husband. He is just like the absolute best in my whole world. Like, I don't know what I would do without him because I'm telling you, he keeps everything afloat. So I'm going to use something that I know not a lot of people like. This brand isn't even around anymore, but this is from Jaclyn Cosmetics, and this is the shade Beachy, but it is a fantastic cream bronzer, and I just like it. I think it works really well. It's like the perfect size for a brush to fit in it, so I do use it when I'm in a hurry. Plus, trying to sell it is kind of impractical because, you know, it is pretty used, and not a lot of people like that brand anyway, so I save selling stuff for things that will actually sell. and I have been selling a ton on my Mercari. If you guys want the link, I will put it down below. Everything that I sell, I always disclose what kind of shape it's in. Their lip products, pretty much anything I've got lip product wise has probably only been used once, if at all. And I know some people would rather know who they're getting lip products from, and I feel that energy actually. But I do have a lot of those. I have a ton of palettes. I've been trying to be extremely practical and smart about what I purchase. I don't think I've made any palette purchases this year. To be honest with you, I've felt very sad by most of the releases that have come out. I know that sounds like so like me. There were a few that I was really interested in, but I was like, man, I've got these colors and other, brands and other color stories, and the things that I did keep, which I did manage to get everything down to about 50 palettes that I had purchased rather than, what was sent to me, which I feel is pretty good because I had a lot of palettes. I still would like to get that down further. But right now, that's where I'm at. Maybe after more time, after I use stuff a little bit, I'll feel differently and I can, make those hard calls. Because right now, I'm having a hard time making those hard calls. Oh, I didn't even say, this is like an old brush, but it's an oldie but a goodie. This is Sonia Kashuk or something. I'm probably saying that wrong. And it's just a blush brush. And I normally don't use this. I have some other ones that I like, but I've been kind of falling back to this one. So it's like a constant process with my makeup brushes. Like I'll go through a stage where I'm only using a beauty blender, and then I'll go through stages where I'm like, I'm only using brushes. And it's very funny. It's very fluid. I never know from time to time, and based on time to time. My teeth look so yellow because my lips are so, well, my teeth don't look great. I need to get to a dentist, but I would like to find a dentist that is, sorry, you may notice this. I'll talk about it in a second. I'd like to find a dentist that is more on the natural side. I mean, it doesn't have to be totally natural, but I'm not going to be getting a crap ton of work done. I have a lot of medical allergies, and so I'm a little nervous to go back to one, to be honest. Okay, so I've done that. Now, I didn't plan any of this, to be honest with you. I wasn't like, oh, I'm going to get up and do X, Y, or Z. I never know if I'm going to feel good when I get up, if I'm going to do makeup to begin with. I have a metric crap ton of things to look through. Okay, you know what? I don't think I've ever used this on camera, so I'm going to. This is the Catch Yourself White palette, and this is a highlight palette, but I would kind of use it both as highlight and eyeshadow, to be honest. Guys, this was so good. This is from Adept Cosmetics, and oh my gosh, I don't even wear highlight, like, ever anymore. But I would 100% use it for eyeshadow because it's just so creamy. It's not like a powder, which is, I like powder highlights, but oh my gosh, I am like feeling every second of it. I think I'm gonna pick up, I don't know what color range I'm going in today, but I think I'm gonna do Vorta. I don't know, then I'm looking at this right here, which is Gem Hadar. I might be saying that incorrectly, but all right, I'm gonna do that one. And I'm just gonna lightly tap it on. There's probably a better way to apply this, to be honest, for where I'm at, but that's okay. We're just gonna lightly kind of brush it on. Very soft, very subtle. This may not even be picking up a lot, to be honest, because this is probably not the right brush. This is the Wayne Goss 03. I got this a long time ago now, but I love the Wayne Goss brushes. I just, I'm trying really hard, like I said, not to buy anything. I did pick up those BK Beauty brushes because they were like half off almost or whatever on Prime Day. And I was like, yep, this is the moment. I'm going to try it. And if I hate them, I'll send them back. And I did not hate them, and I will not be sending them back. But at that price, it was well worth giving it a shot. Okay. I haven't put a ton on, but hopefully you guys can see some of that. Maybe not. Maybe I just look like a liar. But I promise it's actually very impactful. Like if you use it in your inner corner or on your eyes, or if you take it and you just like, it makes a big difference. Okay, let's see here. I have a metric crap ton of blush products still. And I have a very hard time getting rid of them because I enjoy them so much. But I think I'm going to pull from my melt stack today. I just grabbed something random, and that's kind of how I'm doing this. This is Cali Dream. This is one of their cream blush lights. I'm obsessed with these. I just feel like you almost can't get any better than these. I know some people are not as crazy about them, but I don't get that. I don't feel that energy. I am loving the cream blush lights. Okay, I'm just kind of dappling it on, and I'm going to go back in and kind of fix it up a little bit. This is like a beautiful kind of orangey, summery shade. I love it. I loved it in the regular blush. I do think I did declutter the regular blush, though. But that's because I have so many blush palettes I wanted to keep. And I'm trying to be practical. Totally. If you saw my drawer, you'd be like, girl, you are not being practical. If you were being practical, you'd have like 2 of them. But that's all right. I'm not hating on myself. If you see like little flashes of silver, I've been trying out. There's this girl on Instagram that I was hoping that this would be a good solution for me, but I think that my head is maybe just too narrow or something. She has like these things called hair crowns. Well, I think I'm calling the wrong thing. And they're metal and they're weird shaped. If I can, I'll insert a picture so you guys can see it. And she'll like take it, wrap it around the back, and then twist the hair all around it, and then twist it up in the back. I need an extra clip to clip my hair down in it. Oh my gosh, but I was thinking, I kept having so many hard times with like hair ties, so I don't use hair ties. I lose hair enough as it is. So I thought this could be a really good solution for getting my hair up and out of my face. And also, like if my hair's a little damp, I can take it and wrap it up in there, and it's kind of like getting heatless curls, which I do think is true and I think is good for that. But my hair is very thin and very fine, and I find it to be just slightly too big for my head, like too long. Or I might have it placed at the wrong point too, because it's not like I have, you can see it if I do that. I don't know. I like the idea of it. I want to work with it more and try and make it work for me. Okay, I've done those. What was I just going to do? I was going to do something. I can't remember what it was. Let's see here. Kind of checking everything out. Ooh, those lips look ridiculous right now, but that's okay. We're just going to try and ignore it. Okay, I'm going to, this is just a brow gel. It's old, but I love it. It's a really good one. I've got a bunch of other ones from Benefit that I'm going to open up next. Well, not all of them, just going to open up one of them next. But this is the ABH Clear Brow Gel. And I do like this. My brows are super overgrown, which is funny because they're thin in some spots and then they're very overgrown in others. And I'm just going to brush my brows kind of into a semblance of a place. But you can see I've got so much undergrowth. But I used to get my brows done at the Benefit bar at Ulta, but the prices are freaking ridiculous. But the girl there is fantastic. Like, there is none better than her. So I don't know. I try not to get them done very often, maybe like 2 to 3 times a year if there's something special going on. But at the cost of it, I'm like, Ulta's prices, everybody's prices are ridiculous, it seems like, anymore. So I'm like, why? As far as brow pencil, what do we got here? Hang on. Let's pull out this big ass container. Oh, it was in front of me the whole time. I have a few that I use. For a while I was using like stencils, and that's great. They do work really well. I could do that today. But mostly I've been trying to just go very thin. Okay, not very thin, but very thinner in the front and then a little bit thicker in like the tail area, because my tail area is, it's weird. It's like I grow plenty of hair underneath where it should be, but none where it is. This one right here is the Perfectionist Brow Pencil. This is from Melt, and this is Neutral Blonde, which is funny because, you know, you figure it'd be very light, but it's more of like just an ashy, taupey tone, not taupe, but like an ashy tone. And I like it. I like the way it looks. I'm tempted to do these and pause the camera while I do it because, oh, that light is bright, y'all. Because I'm very slow and I'm very bad at it, and I get nervous. I just get a little nervous while doing my browsies. I'm not trying to put in a ton, just a little bit of filling. Just a little bit of filler. And I feel like I can't talk and do this at the same time. I wonder how I'm going to feel about mascara. What was I going to say? Other things to catch up on. Pretty much just been working through getting my house real clean and picked up and decluttered. Trying to set stuff aside for a garage sale because it's crazy how things accumulate, and I feel like the less I have, the better I feel. Well, not always the better I feel. Unfortunately, I feel how I feel, but, okay, that's not perfect. I feel like I'm having a hard time doing this on camera. The other thing that I have been doing, and I haven't talked about yet, is that so last year in November, I was about 220 pounds, which is definitely the biggest I've ever been. And whatever, it is what it is. I honestly do not care about my weight. That sounds like, oh, sure you don't. No, I don't care about my weight and in number or how I look. I care about how I feel. And I have something called insulin resistance, which has been like the bane of my existence. I have some true blood sugar issues that I feel like a lot of people, even with their insulin resistance, don't have it to the degree that I do. I don't know if I've talked about this with you guys, but this year, right around the time that my grandpa was in the hospital, so in a time of immense stress, I ended up having a 37 blood sugar, which is, you can die. And I thought I was going to die. I called for an ambulance because I didn't know if I was going to be able to stay conscious. I pounded a Sprite, which is not how you handle it. It's not good, but in that moment, yes, that's how you handle it. I do, since then, I've been prescribed something called a Gvoke, which is supposed to be like a glucogen shot in case something ever happens where I am passed out and I can't, whatever, then somebody can try and help me. But anyway, so I called an ambulance, and they came and they found me between my kitchen, well, technically my dining room door, and the outside. And so I was horrified. It was a very traumatic thing. That sounds like, of course, yeah, but it really was. When you're like that, when your blood sugar is that low, it's really hard to function and do anything and think straight. For me, my vision gets very blurry. I lose a lot of my peripheral. My hearing goes a lot, and it's just really bad. And ironically, my best friend since childhood, she lives like, if there was no trees and no houses between us, I could see her house from where I live. And she was sitting, she wasn't sitting, but she was at home that day, and she heard the ambulance, and she just got a weird feeling, and I don't remember talking to her at all. And she was just like, thought it was me. She contacted me. Apparently I somehow responded. All I said was trees. And so she ran over to the house, and by the time she got here, the ambulance was here, but she like knew, which is crazy. I've literally been friends with her since we were in like 4th grade. And so it was just really crazy, and she sat with me until my mom got here, who was at the hospital with my grandfather, and until my husband got here, and he was at work, and it was just a really rough experience. But anyway, all this to say, this was a very long, out of the way story. Kind of the only way I tell them. I was very, very done having these sugar lows, but I wasn't understanding what to do. I'd seen dietitianists. I'd seen dietitians, I'd seen nutritionists, I'd seen kind of the whole kit and caboodle, endocrinologists, and they were just pretty much like, well, lose weight and do this and do that. And I eat every meal at home pretty much. I mean, I'd say 99% of the time I'm eating at home. It's not bull crap. But my husband did a ton of researching into insulin resistance, and a lot of my problem was that my blood sugars were still reacting so much to what I was eating that the balance of what I was having was really affecting me negatively. So like, really, ideally, you want your blood sugars to be stable and stable under 100. Whenever you eat carbs or sugary things or breads or things like that, your blood sugar will spike, and then if you have insulin resistance, it will just crash. And some people with insulin resistance never have like crashes that are truly deadly, but I think mine was so progressed that maybe that was the case. I don't know anybody else that was eating the way that I was, and I was still eating incorrectly at that point because I wasn't eating a lot of healthy fats, which people assume that fats are negative when they hear that word, but the healthy fats are actually very satiating to you, to your body. And I'm not a doctor. None of this is like, hey, you should do this. I'm just saying this is what has happened to me. This is what has worked for me. This is where I'm at now. Anyway, so I was scared to death to try my husband's idea, but I did it. And since then, the only 2 times I've had sugar lows were when I tried to eat something different while, we were, going to a hospital or out and about, and I was just out too long or whatever. And I ate something that was too carby. But other than that, my sugars have been fantastic, and I've actually lost like over 40 pounds. So this is like the least I've weighed in like 6 years probably. I was 178 the other day, which is insane to me. Before I got sick, I was always pretty much like 135-ish. And so I'm very curious to see if I can get myself down to that weight, if my insulin resistance will reverse altogether. Unfortunately, it's not reversed. I pretty much just eat like meat and a vegetable. Depending on the vegetable, I try not to go something that's super carby. Like I don't eat potatoes, I don't eat rice, that's not a vegetable, but I don't eat anything like that. I pretty much just stick to like green beans and things like that, and a lot of olive oil with it. Okay, not a lot, but some olive oil with it is how I like to prepare it, with salt and pepper and some onion powder and some garlic powder. You guys are probably bored off your ass listening to this. I am so sorry. And it's been really good, and I've lost a ton of weight, and I don't care about that, except for that I really hope it gets me where I want to be with my health goals. The other thing I've started doing, because it reduces your blood sugar spikes, is I've been walking pretty much after every time I eat. Just 10 minutes. Doesn't have to be like super fast, because I'm not in good shape at all. I'm in terrible shape. And a lot of times I don't feel very well. So it's something that I can still generally manage. I have to have like a hand bar though, because I'm not very, what's the word? I have terrible balance, and I fall easy, and I run into stuff very easily, so I have to be extremely careful. But the handrail on it does help me, so I think that the walking has helped. And I did recently get a mat so that I can start trying to add maybe some stretching and a very small set of weights, so I can try and build back some muscle and see if that'll help, my insulin, or not just my insulin resistance, but also some of my chronic illnesses. Now, I'm very weak, so I don't know how well that's going to go, but that's what I'm hoping for. Okay, so the brows, it took me like 20 minutes, but here we are. They are done. What do we want to do next? I feel like my eye is irritated. Just ignore this. Yuck. Does it look, I'm like, does it look, can you see it? Does it look red? Anyway, let's go ahead. I'm going to go back in here and kind of try and make this look a little less creasy. I always like to go back in after I've put any kind of foundation or concealer under my eye after a period of time and just kind of wipe it away. Now, this brush right here is from Anissa Beauty, and this is the angled concealer brush. I think it's half off right now, so if you're looking for a good time to pick it up, this is a great time. I like this almost as well, if not maybe better, than the A506 that I showed you guys at the beginning. It's great for getting into like the smaller areas. I just think it works really well. You know what I didn't do? I did not contour my nose, and I should. Okay, I'm gonna pop back over to that. It's a little like redundant, but that's okay. let's see here. I have a few brushes I like to use for it, but I can't find most of them, so this one's the one I'm going to use. This is the JH10. This is Morphe and Jaclyn Hill. It's very strange. It's very flat, but it kind of helps me because I'm not good at drawing straight lines at all. I'm going to dab back into that, whatever it's called, the bronzer. And I'm going to try and just, like, put a little bit of lining and, like, kind of take it. I do this weird. There's people that do this far better than me. Like, I will never get a nose job, but if I did get any work done, it would be a nose job. I feel like the ball of my nose is very big, and it drives me nuts. So, you know, hopefully someday I'll get better at this so that it can look even smaller. But there's people that legitimately can do such good contour on their nose that it just, like, the crazy illusions, I mean, save you all that money and trouble, which I would like to be on par with that, because I mean, whatever, my face is my face. I can't change it unless I wanted to get, surgery, and I don't want to get surgery, which is, you know, for some people that's great. I have too many medical issues. I'm not going to get surgery. But I do think that that works pretty well. I mean, not my technique, but other people's techniques. I wonder if I shouldn't. This is just the brush I'd already used. I'm trying to blend some of what I just did together a little bit so it doesn't look so stark. I still screw up on the tip. I can't do the tip. I don't know what it is. Just the tip. All right. I want to do lips, but I have no idea what I'm doing on my eyes. And I have not done eyeshadow in a hot minute. So I'm trying to think here. I guess I could do something fairly neutral. Neutral. Okay, what do we got? You know what? Maybe I'll try this guy. This one right here is Lip Cheat from Charlotte Tilbury in Iconic Nude. It may need sharpened. Oh, you know what, guys? I'm going to have to pull in this hand mirror here. So, let's see. And I've kind of been bad about overlining, like too much overlining. So I need to come down to earth. But I was going pretty darn full before. Definitely on the top lip. Oh no, I still went kind of big. It's alright. Yeah, it's alright. Could be worse. I'm like, sorry, I can't really talk into this. Okay, alright. So now I'm going to kind of hit the sides to just deepen out a little. I kind of do this, and maybe this doesn't actually do what I'm hoping it does. I think it makes it here, like my lips are a little bit bigger and fuller once I'm done adding the lighter color. Of course, that's just an opinion. You guys may watch this after the fact and be like, girl. Okay. I mean, it's not perfect. I don't have mad skills, y'all. There's some people that have mad skills. And I am just a humble makeup enjoyer. Well, that's alright. It's not perfect. This one side looks a little bit bigger. That's alright. Don't judge me. Okay. What lipstick do I want to use? Because I also kind of want to use a gloss. I'm trying to get, like, maximum amount of application today. That was very loud. I'm just pulling random shit. I really am. This might be a little nude, but maybe we can use it with a gloss, and then it'll just be perfect. You know, this is still very, very nude. Let's look again. Okay. I'm trying to pull from my Dose of Colors collection here. This is called Nude Mood. This is one of their matte liquid lipsticks, which I really, really love. It's a lot warmer tone than what's on my liner. But we've come too far. Yeah, it's a lot warmer, and this side is a lot bigger. Let's try and even that up on the blotting. I was trying to go smaller, okay? I was just trying to go smaller, and I did not succeed. Alright, we're going to come back and fix this. I'll show you what I do on the flip side here. And there's times that I take it too far, which is often. Okay, I like to take a very thin brush, and I need a way to clean it off, and I can't find one. This one is the Unit 125 brush, and it's very small, very, very small. And what I like to do is I'll kind of go in and just kind of take away a little bit at a time. That way you can kind of keep straight. All those and look very straight right now. I'm like, pause. It will get better, I promise. It doesn't look like it's getting better, but it is, I swear. I feel like it's a little, it's okay. Is it the best? No. but it's alright. Okay, we're going to try and save this with some gloss. We're going to try. What do you think? Any better? I feel like that's a little better. Okay, let's see. What gloss to use today? Dang, this is tough. This is a tough call. I'm kind of like Winter Beauty, maybe. Pat McGrath, maybe. Give Me Glow, maybe. Let's go. That's very. Ooh, it's a little pink. All right, fine. All right, it's fine. It doesn't really match, but that's okay. This is from Pat McGrath. This is Pale Fire Nectar. I love this. I have long loved this. Ooh, it's pretty. You guys can't really see it, but it's got a pink shift to it. I love it. Okay, so now we have to decide what we're going to do for eyeshadow. And this is going to be tough. I have literally not done eyeshadow in so long, it's not funny. And I don't know if I want to use like one palette or a few palettes, or maybe some, what is going on here with the hair? Okay, that's fine. It's fine. It's just terrible. I don't know if I should use some singles with a palette. I was going to do this live, so I could have asked somebody's opinion, but it was really short notice, and I am so excited. I have found the one. I have found the one for me, and maybe I should swatch this, which sucks because you're not going to be able to really see it. I mean, I can't really, I could, but it's not going to look that good. So maybe I'll like do swatches, then include them in this. Okay, so I'm going to do my best to swatch all of this for you. I wasn't going to do swatches, but this was just, I have to share the whole thing with you guys. So this is the Samarian Sunset palette, which you already know if you've been watching this. And I'm going to attempt to get everything into frame. So the first shade is possibly called Mogue. Oh Lord, I'm so sorry. And actually, I'm debating how I want to go about swatching this. I'm debating just going down in rows like this, and I think that's what I'm going to do. Oh, Lord. This first shade is a bit flaky, so if you use it, just keep that in mind. Am I in frame? I hope I am in frame. Oh, my gosh. That's gorgeous. Oh. Yeah, I absolutely adore this palette, I gotta say. This shadow reminds me texture-wise of the like special shades from Pat McGrath and a few of the other indie brands, which Pat McGrath is not an indie brand, but hear me out. It's kind of a champagne-y gold, but it also has some flecks of other color in it. A little bit of green, some beautiful sparkles. The next one is called Obsidian Order. This is very creamy. You don't need a lot. I definitely picked up far more than I needed. Oh no, way too much. I'm trying to go back and smooth it out because I just pulled up a big old chunk. Did not need all of that. This is a beautiful magenta, purple, orange, a little bit of gold, some red. And I don't know what you guys are seeing at all, but I'm getting a lot here. The next shadow is called Darmok. And please keep in mind, these pronunciations are with a grain of salt. I really want to use this again, like immediately, because the shadows were fantastic, and I really am drawn to the color story. That is a beautiful kind of gray, green toned brown. Maybe a hint of gray to it as well. Manages to be slightly cool while not being totally cool, if that makes sense. Very, very pretty. The next one is called Farpoint. I'm going to try and gingerly pick it up because, wow, holy crap. You don't need a ton. And I picked up way too much with the last one, so gingerly. I'm hoping I can get them all on my arm because I did not do this well. You can tell you haven't done swatches in a long time when. This is kind of like a canary yellow with a bit of orange and pink shift to it and a lot of glittery particles to it. It might even go a little bit green. Yeah, I'm seeing a little green. The next one is called Praxis. I'm just trying to pick up the smallest amount and I screwed up. I screwed up, y'all. This is a beautiful kind of green, a little bit of blue, a lot of that red, magenta, maroon, orange, and a little bit of gold. I've picked this up terribly. I've done the worst swatch probably ever. It's very easy to grab too much, and I was trying to take less, and by doing that, I have screwed up what I'm doing. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. The next one looks like Jalad, or Jalad. Salad with a J. beautiful, almost my skin tone, but slightly more yellow, but not quite yellow. Beige yellow. Very nice, very smooth. Next one is called Risa. Gosh, I don't know if I can get these all here. Look what I've done. Oh my gosh, I am so sad I did not use this today. Oh, I have to use this again immediately. Now, like, should I wait and see if I feel good enough to do another video tomorrow? But you just can't count on tomorrow. This has green, blue, pink, yellow. It's so beautiful. I'm never going to get tired of seeing a shadow like this. Because I've definitely seen it before, but I'm not sick of it at all. I ain't mad at it. Oh no, I turned off my fan. Come back to me, fan. The next one's called Trill. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, I'm not done. I'm just gonna have an epic freak out every time I touch these. This is like a pink that has purple and yellow and green. This palette, oh my gosh. I literally am like, I need a backup. Like, girl, you don't need a backup, but you feel like you might need a backup. I don't know what all you guys are seeing, because I literally can't see the camera at all. But that is beyond. This one's called Tanagra. Possibly pronounced some other way that I am not getting. I'm tempted to put it up here. Okay, it's alright. Alright, we're just gonna do our best. This is like a soft sage green. If I could do this over, I would have started up much higher. Failure. Frick, it's all beautiful. The next one is called Lal. L-A-L. Oh my goodness. I'm having moments here. This is a very strong yellow, orange, gold, bit of red. Holy shit. Can we talk about it? Guys, that is stunning. Ah, it's fine. It's fine that I put scissors and Kleenex and my phone and everything everywhere. No. No. The next one is called USS Defiant, which I really wanted to use today. Oh, no, I should have. I screwed up. Oh my gosh. That's like a beautiful red, orange, yellow. Oh my gosh, gold. It's just so, like, there's so much. It's transcendent. Has green as well. I'm catching some other shifts as I move my arm, which I don't know if you guys are seeing, but I will include photos on my Instagram, so check it out. This one is called Positronic Net. A beautiful kind of peachy salmon, like light salmon. Damn, these are so nice. Adept, crushing it. I love that Adept has good sales. They literally have great shipping rates where, like, if you spend so much, you get free shipping. Thank you for being one of the only brands that does it anymore, I swear. Okay, maybe there's a few others, but I digress. The next one is called Packlid. Holy shit. Oh my gosh, it's like a spicy pink with a little bit of red, orange, and gold. Oh my gosh. Guys, guys, guys. I might have to take the next shadow up here and the last one down here. I think that's what I'm going to do. This one is a little... I think you're going to have to be careful with the texture of this one and how you pick it up, but... Oh, that is a banger. Like, I don't know if you can see that. I'm hoping you can. I'm going to move around a lot more when I am done. I promise. I think I'm going to take this one up here. I mean, I could probably get it... down there. Or maybe I could put the mat up here. Choices are so hard. I am positive that this is, I'm like, I could be wrong, but I think this is a holochrome. And that is the shade Tal Share. I'm so sorry. I feel that I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. And this is just one of the most beautiful shadows. It is every color of the spectrum of the rainbow with those beautiful holographic particles within it. Oh my gosh. So just to say, pink, blue, green, gold. So much of everything. And the sparkle to it is insane. And the very last one is called Delta Quadrant, and I do think I'm going to put it up here. I hate it. I kind of want to put it down at the bottom, but that's okay. I'm like, can I get it there? I'm going to put it down here. Oh, I did a terrible job. Because this is like a beautiful spicy orange. So kind of like a red orange. Oh, it's so beautiful. Figures. I just washed my hands and I feel like it's impeding my swatches a little bit. Y'all, this is something you don't want to sleep on. I feel like, okay, this is the perfect palette if you are somebody who likes neutrals, but you want to dabble into like multi-chromes and duochromes, and it's just spicy enough to like give you some challenge. I mean, but it will work out no matter how you use it, I feel. That's what I really think. They have done a phenomenal job with this. I'm obsessed. Sorry, I'm having a moment here. Please excuse the sound of my chair creaking. Oh no. Oh, it doesn't look nearly as cool when I'm looking at it with you guys. Hang on. Let's see if we can't do more here. Let's see if we can't do more. Let's turn a warm. Ah, I hit it again. Here's a warm tone. Kind of giving it some movement. Hopefully this is helping. Hopefully it's staying in focus. I can't see it. I'm so sorry. Let's give you a different tone. I think this is more of like a neutral tone. Ah, I hit the phone. It's fine. Everything's fine. I feel like this is just not... You're going to have to come check out my Instagram for swatches. I'm so sorry. How did I end up back here again? I thought I had a cool setting on this, but maybe I don't. Maybe this is the cool. Maybe we can get it brighter. Maybe we can't. Okay. I hope this is coming across for you guys because holy crap, it's beautiful. All right, I'm sorry. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I will try and insert some other swatches in other lighting situations when I share. This is Samarian Sunset, and this is from Adept Cosmetics. Now, let's talk about packaging. Gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. I love this ombre. I like the packaging in general. It's really nice. This beautiful kind of font down at the bottom, and this color story. Oh my gosh. Like, it's a spicy neutral. I feel like they are the one brand anymore. Not the only one. One of the only brands that I'm still excited about their releases. I have been just so disheartened seeing some of the releases that have been out. Or some of the behaviors, of course, because this is like the way it is, unfortunately. I was so curious about this most recent launch that Ensley Rain did, and I was like, oh, I can't wait to see it. And they had talked about how they were going to use regular artists, and I tried to ask, you know, who did the art for this, because they were using AI art before, and they didn't answer, and I'm pretty sure it's just AI art, so I'm pretty sure that their whole like spiel about using real artists was bullshit, which is very disappointing. Now let me say, if this is not the truth and they did use an artist, I will eat my words 100%. I will apologize. But I was so sad because it looks just like the rest of their AI art, and I feel like, especially at every level, we should be using actual artists, and I do not support AI bullshit. I just don't. I think it's just going to keep getting worse and worse, where people that are talented have their work stolen from them, and it's bullshit. I could go on and on about this for a very long time. Little did you know, you've now come to my TED Talk, whatever. And then I was really excited because Sydney Grace has a bunch of stuff coming out, but it looks the same as the rest of their stuff that's come out. Great brand, great quality products, but I am just to the point where I am like, everything looks the same. Everything looks the same. There was another brand recently that launched something too, and I was just like, it's all the same. It's just the same stuff over and over and over, and it's just boring. I'm sorry. That was harsh. That was harsh. And at some point you have to realize that what you're purchasing is already done by somebody, maybe even within the brand, but come on. When brands do the same things over and over, it is so disheartening. Okay, with that being said, I'm going to pull out my eyeshadow brushes, which I have not touched in quite some time. I am super excited to get into this, and I'm very torn because I see these green shades in here. But I kind of feel like I should keep it spicy neutral. All right, okay. I need things. You know what? Give me a second here. I'm tempted to do this different. I did have an eye primer that I loved. I loved it. It wasn't technically a primer. It was more like a base or whatever, and it was from Death and Candy Custom Creations. Ah! I loved it. It was vegan. It was great. It was tacky, but then it would dry down perfect. Just enough to grab stuff. But I don't really use any other eye bases at this point. I lost that. Well, no, I left the lid off that one, and it dried out, and I was like, no! So I need to get another one. I think for now I'm not going to use one, so this is just, over the top of what I've got. But I think I'm going to start with the flashy color first, and then I'm going to put the mattes, and then I may go back and kind of touch it up. I think what I'm going to use is this shadow right here. It is super shifty. It kind of looks like it is one of those, not just a multi-chrome, but, oh, what do they call those? A holochrome or whatever. It looks like that. So I am quite excited to get it onto my eye. Oh my God. Oh, it's heavenly. Oh my God, why has it been this long? At last. For real, though. Ooh, that is freaking gorgeous, and I love the texture. I know that this texture isn't for everybody. It is kind of creamy. Like, it was weird. I saw some girl on Instagram, but everybody's different, and everybody's tastes are different, everybody's experiences are different, but this girl was talking about the Adept formula and how it's so squishy, and I personally really like that. And there's a lot of brands that have that same type of formula because they still use, like, the base method of what Adept came up with, I think from the same lab. So a lot of those pre-manufactured brands, like it's Belle Cosmetics and Bella Beauté Bar and Pink Crush and Sugar Drizzle, and like all of them, I think kind of work from the same base formula that Adept came up with. I'm missing a bunch, I know I am. And I just really, really enjoy that. Oh, Ensley Rain. In fact, these remind me very much texture-wise of Ensley Rain. But I think they're made at the same place. And maybe their formulas are slightly different now that they're bigger. But there's so much shift to this. I don't know if you guys are seeing it, or if it just looks like, one thing going on. But it's white, but it has green, it has red, it has blue, it has pink, it has orange. It's beautiful. Just beautiful. Okay, now I'm gonna go into what I want to do for the top half. Like, I could leave it like this. This is kind of how I rolled the 90s. Throw some black eyeliner on, throw some mascara on. Like, I used to rock the white eyeshadow, and by rock, I mean I looked stupid, but that's okay. This is like the elevated version of that. We are going to try and judge this up anyway. Okay, I need to wash all of my brushes so badly. Somebody shame me until I do so, okay? I'm going to use, I think I'm going to start with this one right here, which is, it looks like Jalad. Salad with a J. And I'm just kind of going to put it as like a little bit of a base, which is kind of probably pointless at this point because I've got the rest of this on. It's fine. It's fine. There's no judgment. At least from me to me. And I may throw that down below too, but I should have done it with a smaller brush. That's fine. We'll grab a smaller brush. Something small. Something small. I need to wash you all. This is gorgeous. I should have done slightly bigger, slightly fluffier. Guys, it's been so long. I swear it's like, feels like the first time. It really does, though, kind of. This one is the Rougher 13. It's slightly looser. So I'm just bringing it down kind of like almost into my crease. My low crease, like my lines, like my wrinkles. And that's okay for me. So I'm just curious, what brands are you guys still interested in seeing releases from, or that you've been really excited about? I feel like I've not really been excited about a lot. I have really wanted to pick up the last few releases from Adept though. I haven't, but I've wanted to. So I'm hoping that maybe there'll be a really good Black Friday sale and stuff will still be in stock and I can, or it will come back into stock and I can just scoop it up then. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see where we're at that point. Okay, so now I need something that's like not huge, kind of in between what we got here. I really need to organize these. These are a hot mess. Oof. And they all need clean. This is my Wayne Goss 17, and I'm going to pick up the Positronic Net right here. That's a really beautiful kind of pink, but has like a little bit of salmon to it. And I think it will just be beautiful. Of course, it may not be. I might be making mistakes here. But you know what? It's fun, and that's all that matters. I'm having a good time. And hopefully if you're hanging out with me, you're having a good time too. And I'm just happy that you're here. Okay. So I did that a little bit. Let's try that on the other side. Yeah, I like this color. This is a nice color. I like how I tried dabbing it on, and I do like to dab shadows on to some degree, but I feel like this brush is not ideal for that. I'm kind of weird, so I kind of go back and forth between how I apply stuff. I also want that down below, but the brush I want to use is this one, and it's definitely colored in some green. Shame me for not washing them. Okay, that's alright, that's alright. Hopefully there won't be any transfer. And I'm just kind of putting a little bit down here as well. Oh my gosh, you guys watched any good shows recently? We have finally been catching up on The Boys. I know, you guys, I feel like it's a very polarizing show. Either you love it or you're just disgusted by it. I don't see why you can't feel both about it. It is like a hot mess, but I love it. And I'm telling you what, the guy that plays Homelander should get like an award. He's horrifying, but he's fantastic. Like, he's fantastic. Do I have lipstick on my teeth? Idea. How come nobody told me? I'm just kidding. He is diabolical. Like, the man is an acting genius. That's kind of how I feel about it. He deserves an award. And I have just been loving it. I'm trying to think what else we watched recently. We watched the most recent Bridgerton, which... Anybody out there? I really want to read the books. I've read like part of one of the books, and I like to read, so I actually really want to read the whole series. And hopefully I will get to soon. I didn't even tell you what I was doing. I'm so sorry. This is Delta Quadrant, this reddish shade, and I'm taking it on like a Morphe 433. On like. No, it is. It's not like a Morphe 433. It is a Morphe 433. And I'm mostly just stamping it into my outer area. Outer V, if you will. And I'm just kind of deepening as I go. And kind of moving towards the center of my lid too. Just create kind of like a subtle ombre-ish. So pretty! I'm so excited to be putting on eyeshadow right now. Like, so excited. I'm trying to think what else. We watched something else recently too. I'm really excited for the next season of You, which is the last season of You. And I am like so interested to see how they're gonna end it. If you've watched it, are you wanting... I can't say anything. Never mind. How would you like it to end? Let me know. I want to know. I have really enjoyed it. I know that's another one of those shows that you either love it or hate it, and people are like, ugh, it's so gross and cringe. But apparently I have a type. I have a type. Oh my, I love this. I love this. Of course, now this lipstick doesn't make a damn bit of sense, and I think we're going to have to change it out for something a little bit more red. I think I'll do that. Hang on. Well, now that I don't have a single damn lip liner that's going to match this, this is called Old Flame. This is also from Dose of Colors. And I am... maybe? Well, definitely closer. Okay. Oh no, look what I've done. Well, yeah, lip brush. Lip brush! Save us. Yeah. See, that's what I was saying. It works so good for cleaning up any area that you overdo, in my opinion. I'm sure everybody has like their own tips and techniques and stuff. But this is just the one that I think works best for me. Okay. Hang on. This is a little more pink toned because of what I had underneath it, and I didn't actually like remove it. I just kind of blotted it off, but that's okay. Yeah, there we go. Spicy. And then I have a lip gloss to put over the top of it, which I'm very excited about, but I'm gonna let this dry for a second. Okay, anyways, what was I talking about? I can't remember. It was TV shows for sure. I'm kind of just bringing that over. I think I might have done that. I've effed it up. I'm gonna be honest with you. I brought it too far, so I'm gonna try and bring it back a little bit with some Wish I had a clean brush to kind of like wipe the excess away, but I don't have a clean brush. I have a sort of clean brush. I didn't know where I was looking for a second. Okay, hang on. A clean sleeve brush. Much better. Okay. Yeah, a little bit more controlled. Not that you have to be. Some of my favorite creators just get wild with it. I love that. I don't have an eye for it, but I love looking at it. Okay. Fun. Let's do some underneath. Haha! I need another brush to go underneath. And I'm coming up with shit. Okay. Hang on. I found a brush. And this is a Morphe 431. I got fuzzy on my mouth. I can't get it though. Alright, and I'm just gonna kind of put it on my lash line. Let's pray that my eyes don't water long enough for me to enjoy that. Anybody else's allergies sucking balls this year? Just out of curiosity. How long have I been on here? Almost an hour with you guys. Should not take anybody an hour. Unless you're really having a good time, which I am. But I'm going, oh my goodness, normally anymore I'm just like 5 minutes and done. I'm surprised I've lasted this long. Okay, I'm gonna do some more with stuff and things here in a second, but I'm just trying to get this kind of down. Okay, I'm gonna use that last brush, possibly, if I find it, that had that peachy shade, which I hope was this one. If not, I'm just picking up a random brush. This is the JH39. And I'm just kind of trying to bring it down a little bit, smooth it a little bit. What do we think? I'm like, what do we think? I don't know. I feel like this could be a little deeper on the outside here. Performance-wise, though, I think the palette is great. Of course, I've only used some of the shades, but, you know. Something has delivered! Maybe. Alright, now what do I want to do? I feel like I want to get into more of these. What do you guys think? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put M-O-G-H into the inner corner. I know, I could use a brush. I get it. I'm not going to. It's just not my jam. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's like peach with some greens and oranges and yellows. Da-na-na-na, I freaking love that. What else can we do that's fun? I think I'm going to take a little bit of the same Tal Shire, which is that first shade I put all over, and put it down on the bottom as well. I think I'm just going to use my finger for it. We're not going to be super precise because unfortunately that's not real life. But that's okay. I like a sparkly mess in my eye area. Oh, frick. I forgot how much I loved it. Oh, that's great. Well, I'm not saying that the look is great, but the shadow is great. Oh, so fun. Okay. I think I might go back onto the lid to deepen this a little bit, and then I might add a little bit more of something else. Just to kind of re-pop it up. It is so freaking pretty. Oh my gosh. I'm obsessed. I am obsessed. Holy shit. Sorry, I'm having a moment. I've stopped. I've ceased speaking. I'm just kind of like grunting and making sounds now. Okay, now what should we add? Is too much, or is extra good? I really want to use the USS Defiant, or possibly the shadow above it. But I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. All right, we're gonna do the one above it, which is LOL, L-A-L, not LOL. And I'm just gonna press it into the center, kind of betwixt the two of them. I guess center would imply that, but it's fine. These shadows are freaking stunning, bro. Oh my lord. This is gorgeous. I am like, I'm feeling it right now. Holy shit. I feel like I need to swatch these. I need to swatch them. I need to. I kind of do though. Alright, so I think we're done playing in there, but the lip gloss that I'm going to use is from, oh my gosh, Glam Light, and this is Velma. I really like this color. It is like an orangey kind of red, but also has some pink and glitter and sparkle and pizzazz. I feel like my teeth look really yellow. I just had coffee, I'm sorry. Well, about an hour ago now. I love that. I love this cloth. It's fantastic. I'm so glad that I did not declutter it stupidly. Okay, now I've got to figure out what I want to do. If I want to do liner. I know I'm not doing like a wing liner because I suck at it. I'm just not good at it. I did for a while have a stencil that worked fabulously. I don't think I can do it. I just don't. I don't have it in me. But I think I will line my waterline. Okay. And then I will put on mascara. Possibly. This might be where we're at. Okay. This is the Melt Everyday Gel Liner. And I do believe this is the black. I hope so. Please let this stay in my eyeline. Or in my waterline. And not water out. We'll see. I just poked my eye. We're screwed. It's all downhill from here. Oh, lordy. Sorry, I know that I'm not making any eye contact with you guys. But I can't do it. I cannot do it. I feel like it's already coming off this eye. I wish I could just kind of do the lash area instead. Hopefully it'll stay in that area. I really actually prefer to do it up top, but it's fine. I didn't do it. It's fine. Okay. The mascara I'm going to use, I really want to use this, but okay, I'm going to use this one though. Maybe. I might use both. This is the Bad Gal Bang from Benefit. And I'm going to have to use a hand move, so I'm going to have to block maybe your view. I have the shortest, wispiest, shittiest eyelashes that are out there in the game. I don't curl them, and they're very sensitive. I can barely hang on to any of the hairs where they need to be, and yet I grow hair where it don't need to be, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if anybody else has that same problem, but it's super freaking annoying. And I like to start at just the tips of my, like anybody's going to copy my mascara routine, but that's okay. Should you want to, I like to coat just like the tips of my eyelashes. And then kind of build from there, and I would touch my effing cheek. I would, wouldn't I? It was bound to happen. We've come so far. Just kind of get the tips mostly, and then I go back in and like adjust shit the second time. Although I kind of dip back in like 4 times, just, you know. Normally it's not what I do. Okay, like tippies. Y'all, I'm feeling this eyeshadow. It is like the spiciest of neutrals, and I love it. I am quite happy with it. I love it. Sorry, I cannot talk and put on mascara. I don't know if anybody else is like this, but it is like a skill set that I do not have. I don't know how people do it. I'm just trying not to make the mascara face, which is like and looks ridiculous, that I think most of us make. Holy shit. I'm feeling this eyeshadow. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't stop. I'm debating if I want to do my lower lashes too, though. Please let this work out. Lashes cooperate. They're not. It's fine. It just is what it is. Some of us were blessed with good lashes, and your girl was not one of them. As long as I don't get it all over my lids, I don't give a shit, I suppose, right? Okay. Should we do? I feel like we should do the bottom ones. I haven't done them in forever. I'm making the weirdest face right now. Anyway, what I was going to say is if you guys have any show or book recommendations for me, I would love to have them. I'm always looking for a new series to watch. I'm always looking for a new book to read. I have a pretty decent sized TBR, but I'm always willing to make that longer. Oh, frick. There's something about putting your whole ass face on that just is a vibe. Oops, I forgot to finish these. Man, right now the fair is going on in my area, and I'm like, I can't really eat carbs, but I wish I could at least sniff them. I mean, I eat some carbs. I'm not like in the full keto category. I don't believe in depriving yourself. Other than that, I just try to be very careful so I don't have sugar lows. But y'all, all I want to do is go get some like noodles or some steak and potatoes. Oh my gosh. But I can make that stuff at home. It's fine. I'm like, it's fine. I hate it, but it's fine. I don't know. I used to love, and I can't have them, but I used to love elephant ears. Oh my god. Or like candy apple. Holy shit. My teeth couldn't take it at this point, but I would love to have it. I could have a variation of it, I mean, that I make at home. There's some tortillas that are like zero net carb or whatever, and I thought about like spraying them with some olive oil, because I've got like one of those little cheap sprayers, not like the spray cans of olive oil, and hitting it up with that and putting some like fake sugar and some cinnamon on it. Oof, that sounds like a good time. Now I want that really bad, and I don't have any tortillas. Shit. And unfortunately my head is hurting, so I don't think I'm gonna be, and I don't drive, so okay, I can't probably do a lot more with my lashes, unfortunately. I'll try one last time. Like, come on, lashes, get up there, stay up there. Let's be friends. It's fine that they hate me. Now, see, this is what happens when you dink with them too long. I've just effed up. That's fine. Okay. In any case, now, the very last thing I like to do, well, not always. I wonder if I'll go the extra mile with that. Okay, hang on. Where did my shit go? Where did it go? I lost it, really. Oh, no, it's still up there. I really like to use Fix Plus. I feel like everything, even with a foundation I dislike, just looks a lot better when I'm done if I use it. And then I always cover the top. I always cover it last with the All-Nighter spray from Urban Decay. They recently released a version of this that is like a fine mist. I did try it in store. I don't know that I like it as well. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm so used to like feeling it saturate my skin that I was just like, this seems gimmicky. This seems like a gimmick. I couldn't get the words out, but you know what I'm saying here. And then I'm debating if because I like to powder after I put on like this step. Actually, that seems really weird, but I feel like it's been a helpful thing with my makeup. But I actually don't feel like I look that shiny. We'll see after the spray. We'll see after the spray. Yes, I know I used a lot. Don't judge me. It just feels right. I need a little desk fan, like those fans that all of the like influencers are like, yeah. It would come in handy right now. And so I've got an overhead fan, which kind of helps with my heating situation, but not with the drying situation. Do you guys let this fully dry, or do you just go ahead and say to hell with it and do the rest? Just my curiosity. I think I'm gonna say to hell with it because it's still wet and it may be wet for a few seconds. Now I wish I had somewhere to go or something to do, kind of. Because I feel like my eyeshadow is on and popping. And it may not be to anybody else, and that's fine, but I like it. Maybe I will go the extra step with the powder. Okay. And I'm going to use the most horrid looking thing I have in my collection, but it works so well. Like, it's horrid, and I hate it. It's like my least favorite thing that I own, looks-wise. Okay, maybe not the least, but it's definitely up there. This is the Lunar Beauty Outer Dimension face palette. Look. I absolutely abhor this, like, and I love the moon. And I like the shininess, like I love the holographic part to it. I don't even hate the shape. I don't love the shape, I wish it were square, but it's fine. But this face, the moon face, is creepy. And it reminds me of my face when I'm a little bit bigger. See, we're twins. For real though, the powders that are on the inside are fantastic. And I have used the shit out of it, and you can hardly tell. And I like to, once my face is completely dry, I go back in and I powder the areas that get a little bit shiny. It's still not dry though. Like, maybe I should come back when it's dry. Hang on. Okay, so I'm pretty much just going to take, like, the few lightest shades and mix them together. There's, like, a pale kind of neutral, a pale kind of more white, and then a pale kind of yellow tone. And I'm going to mix them. And I'm going to take it on the same brush I did my foundation with. And I'm just going to kind of tap them together and mix them together on the mirror. That's ridiculous, but it's what I just did. And I'm going to press right in to the shinier spots, which I can't do so much with this brush because it is pretty big. And that's when the little one comes in handy. Do the same thing. Mix, 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 mix. Mirror tap. And this way may not work for everybody. This is just what works for my skin. I've got like sensitive kind of combination skin at this point. Although it seems very dry to me, however, it looks very shiny. Make it make sense. Okay. The only thing that looks terrible is this one zit. You know what? Let me see if I can find it. I've got like a fixer brush. I really do, and I don't know where it is gone. It has to be here. Hell and damnation. Oh, hell. Where are you? I suppose I could cut this part out of the video so you don't have to sit for it. This is one I use a lot of times for that kind of stuff, but it is a little big. It's still kind of noticeable. It is what it is. It's a big, irritated zit. Don't judge me. This one is the Rougher 15. Alright, we're gonna try one more time. One last jabber. The problem is twofold. It's very dry around it, which I'm hoping you guys can't see that well. And I picked it because I'm an idiot. You shouldn't pick. You should never pick. Do as I say, not as I do. Don't pick your face. It's not smart. It's not good for it. It's not good for your skin. It's not good for anything. Just don't do it. Unfortunately, I did, and now I will pay the consequences. I'll pay the price. That's what I mean to say. Okay. Well, I think that's about as much as I can do and all that I have. I did not plan to do this video. I actually was thinking I would go live and talk with you guys, but it was kind of spur of the moment, and I was just like, hey, anybody want to watch this? And then I think most people are probably working and living normal lives, and there's me who's like, oh, today I'm randomly feeling slightly better, although I'm starting to feel slightly not as well, and so I'm going to go on today and see what everybody's doing. So, with all of that being said, I hope that this video was a little bit fun for you, even though it was very long-winded and probably more information about my life than you even cared to know. But if it was at all interesting or entertaining, or you do want to kind of do this maybe in the future where I do go live, let me know. I would love to do that. This was a lot of fun. I've forgotten how much I really enjoy doing makeup. And I really hope that everybody's staying safe and healthy, and I'll see you